Hey, what's happening, folks? We're back here Sunday evening at the office. I had a great birthday weekend finishing off my birthday today. Went out to dinner with my family, spent some time with my family on Saturday. Did a lot of good stuff. It was fun and ate plenty of good food, all that kind of good stuff. So, but we're here. We still got to get some stuff done. I got to pull my weekend order. That's right. I only sold one thing this entire weekend. I mean, I did have 5 or 6 items on Friday, but only one item going out. So let me go ahead and pull that real quick. Some Nike golf shorts. Got these at Goodwill for a little over $1, and they only sold for, I think it was $8.46. Didn't hold much value there. So some weekends I have $160 weekends or $200 weekends, and you know what? Sometimes you have a weekend where you sell nearly $9 worth of stuff. So that's just the name of the game, guys. Some weekends are good, some are bad. Oh well, just we got to keep cracking at it, keep listing, and we'll get there. So no big deal. So the other thing I did today was I went and I did a couple of Facebook Marketplace purchases, and well, actually one Facebook Marketplace purchase, and then I went over to this like a warehouse store, and I guess they do kind of like overstock or maybe bins. But I saw them on Facebook. They had those big like cardboard totes, like. They reminded me of those things when you go to the grocery store and you pick out a watermelon or a pumpkin out of that big cardboard thing. But they had 2 of those full with hats. And they were saying $1 each. So some of the hats are vintage. Some of them are brand new. Some of them look like they were maybe worn, slightly worn. But I ended up getting 15 hats, so I'm going to show you that. And let me show you my Facebook purchase. Okay, here are the hats. So I spent $15 even on 15 different hats. And I found some that were like, the same ones. But these LSU hats, like the condition are, this one's a little bit dusty. I'm just going to wipe that off. But they're all pretty well the same. But real nice embroidered. And I'll check the year on these. Some of these might even be vintage. But I don't think this one is. But brand new with the tag. Let's see if there's a copyright year or something that will kind of help me out. Doesn't look like it, so that's okay though. But real nice. This is like a raised embroidered visor. Some LSU ones. We got the Louisville Cardinals still. Same thing. Nice embroidery. We've got a tag on there. These hats are definitely vintage. We've got some Super Bowl, what is that, 36 Patriots Champions hat. And I got another one here. Super Bowl 38. And I got a couple of those. 2003 World Series champion. I remember that game. The Marlins won. We got the Demon Deacons here. It's the Wake Forest College hat. These hats look like kids' hats, but I got it because they got the Tasmanian Devil on the side here. And I'll look these up, but I think there's a good chance this might be a vintage hat. So that's pretty cool. Another vintage hat here. We got the Super Bowl 37. The Tampa Bay. Was that vintage? It may not be. How many years ago was that? I don't know. I'll look it up. Then a couple of these, I don't know what style of hat you'd call these. But Top of the World, these might be vintage. That looks like an old label logo on there. Not for sure. But these are brand new. They still have the paper on the inside of them. We got the Hurricanes. And then I don't remember what state. What is that? Wichita? Shockers or something? I have no idea. I don't remember that. So there you go. But I think that was a great deal. So I paid $1 each, or I forgot this one. What was it, Wildcats? Yeah. Paid $1 each for these hats. The new ones, I think I could probably get close to $15 each. And then the ones without the tag, like these old ones here, I still think I can get at least $10 for those. So on the low end, $150 or less, maybe close to $200 on a $15 purchase. I think that's a great deal. Okay, then I did a Facebook Marketplace purchase. So I found this ad, and I'll put it up here on the screen so you can see it. This lady was selling these wooden Halloween signs, and they were 8.5 inches long, I think 2 inches or 2.5 inches tall or wide or whatever. And she said she was offering $2 each for each box of signs. So in the box, there are 6 total signs. But there's 3 different designs. So 2 signs per design. So 6 signs. Got me? So she was wanting $2 for a whole box. So $2 for 6 signs. So I'm like, that's a pretty good deal. I looked up sold comps on these. I cannot find these on eBay anywhere. Now's the time, as I mentioned, to start listing your Halloween stuff. And I'm like, I was going back and forth. I'm like, man, do I do it? Do I take the gamble? How many should I get? If I buy 10 boxes, I'm going to kick myself in the butt if I didn't get enough, you know, if they sell fast. Worst case scenario, if I spend some money on them and they don't sell, I could give them away, or I think I could at least break even on them. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to buy 25 boxes. So you guys know I'm a gambler at heart. So I want to, sometimes, you know, when you take a gamble on those lots like that, sometimes they pay off really well. And sometimes I've done really well on buying large quantities of stuff like that. And sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just break even, or you might even lose money. But this is what I have here. So I put it up on the screen here so you guys can see. That's what the signs kind of look like. I don't know if, so like I said, there's 6 of those signs in the box, but then there's 2 each of, you know, the designs. So 3 different designs, 2 each of the signs, 6 total signs. So here's the box here. So I'm not going to pop this open again. Like I said, I already showed you the picture. But what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to sell these in lots of 3. So I'm not going to sell like all 6 signs to one person, because I don't think some people might, but most people aren't going to want 2 of the same signs. You know what I mean? So I think they would rather have 3 signs. So each box was $2, and I bought 25 of them. There's actually 24 here because, of course, my wife had to keep one. So that's okay. But $2 a piece per box. So I'm going to sell them in lots of 3. So each different sign, there'll be lots of 3 that I'll do. And I think I'm going to list them for $9.99 plus shipping. And we'll see how that goes. If they sell super quick, then I might raise them a little bit when it gets closer to Halloween or something. But I think that's a fair price. It's 2.5 pounds per box. So that means it'll be £1.25 pounds. So I think shipping would be somewhere around $5, give or take, maybe close to $6, probably about $5 or less. And we'll sell them at $10. So if I do that, let's just say, hypothetically, I sell each one of these and I make 20, you know, like I said, there's going to be 2 lots per box. So that would be $20 per box. I have 24 boxes. So that would be $480 straight profit or whatever on that. So you had $480 if I do sell them, like I said, in the lots of 3 for 10. My cost of goods was $50. So then that would be $430. And then you take 20% off basically for your fees, which would be $86. So let's see. So that would be $344 profit, all said and done. And like I said, I don't know. I think that's not bad. On a $50 purchase, that's more than 6 times your money. So we're talking an ROI somewhere around 600% or whatever. But it's not bad. I think we're going to try it. And then, you know what? Like I said, if they don't sell, then I might just sell them super cheap and break even. Or maybe I'll give them away at Halloween. Who knows? Stay tuned. Find out if I sell them or not. Hey there, what's up, folks? We're here Monday afternoon, actually. I took a vacation day today, still kind of celebrating my birthday or what have you. Went to Goodwill like I normally do on Monday. 75% day off, you know, so it was great. Everything with a specific color. Today was blue, was 75% off. And I just had my receipt. I was totaling everything up. I spent $47. There was about almost $10 of that was for stuff for our family. So we'll subtract that. So we got $37. And then I would have bought 25 items. So that still puts us over a little bit over $1 range for that. And picked up some pretty good stuff. So I'm not going to go through the whole pile for you, but man, I found a bunch of stuff and that's pretty good. I was just messing with I got some of these small stickers in, and it's kind of like a brushed kind of shiny gold, and it's not working out. So I think I have to redo my logo or what I had on here to make it be a little bit bolder and brighter. So it's going to come through on these gold stickers. This was only like $13. And it was a lot of them. I don't remember how much is in here, but I just wasted about 20 of them trying to get this to work. And I think I gotta go back to the drawing board, as they say. So I've got a total of 3 items going out so far today. Again, it is early. It's only a little bit after 1 p.m. My total gross sales looks like it's going to be about $30 on these 3 items. So past few days have been kind of slow sales, but let's go ahead and pull these orders. Got some Nautica swimming trunks coming out of Tote W. This is them right here. Would have got this at Goodwill for a little over $1. These sold for $8 plus shipping. Then over here in A5, it was a Beast Lab dinosaur toy. I got this for $1 at a yard sale. Might have even been less than $1, like 50 cents or something like that. So, cool little toy. Maybe it stopped working. Don't remember if it did. Oh well. This sold for $12.75 plus shipping. And then out of Tote G, I've got a St. Louis Billikens college t-shirt. I think this is it right here. Yep. So got this at a yard sale for $1. This sold on Poshmark for $10 plus shipping. Okay, we're pulling some more orders here. I've got some PGA shorts going out of Tote E, and I got these at Goodwill for a little over $1, and these sold for $10 plus shipping to a repeat buyer, actually. So sorry about this kind of jumpiness here in the audio. I actually recorded this on Tuesday, and I forgot to have my mic on. I don't know what happened, but here we are, the second item, and I did list that fish finder, and it sold pretty quickly. This is actually going overseas to somebody in Italy. We were going back and forth on the price. I said I wanted to get $40 to $50 for it, and I got it, oh my gosh, and I sold it for $45 plus shipping for that. I also had a couple items on Macari. I sold these vintage dolls. I think I sold them for $9 plus shipping. I had these for a while. I got them on online auction for super cheap. I don't know what brand they are or what exactly they are, but like I said, they sold for $9 plus shipping. And then back to that same drawer I was just in with the fish finder, I sold this NASCAR diecast car. This is a pretty cool looking car, but it doesn't hold very much value, which I was kind of surprised by, honestly. But this is a Dale Earnhardt Jr. kind of Looney Tunes car. Sold this on Macari for $9 plus shipping. Okay, then out of the next drawer up here, we've got that Budweiser sweatshirt I picked up a couple weeks ago. Maybe it was last weekend. Paid $1 for this at a yard sale, and this sold for $32 plus shipping. Hey, what's up, folks? We're here Wednesday evening, and we're going to pull some orders. I've got 3 going out, and I just sold a couple of them not too long ago. Looks like 3 orders on eBay. Sorry about that previous section. I don't know what happened to my audio yesterday. I guess my mic wasn't on. I never even noticed it. And we're going to do a viewer question here, and I recorded this already yesterday, and so now I got to do it all over again because I had no audio. So, yay me, right? So, like I said, we've got 3 orders going out on eBay tonight, and a total of about, what is that, $84, something like that. Let's see, $50, $65, $70, $74. So we will go ahead and pull those orders. And like I said, we're going to answer a viewer question this is from Martin. Martin is, he also has a reselling YouTube channel, but he always comments on my video, always gives time and watches my stuff, and I really appreciate that. So go ahead and go over there and visit his channel. I'll put it up here so you can see it. But it's the Collector-D3W, and Martin is in Mexico. He is German, so he speaks Spanish, German, and also English, obviously. So also, if you ever have any questions on like how to clean something or how to clean a vintage item, something like that, go over to his channel whenever he's doing a live and he's doing his kind of work through and everything, and I'm sure he'll have a good answer for you because he's always got good advice for me. So we'll get into his question. Let's go ahead and pull an order real quick, though. Okay, first item going out is this hiking backpack that I bought at a yard sale. Probably been a little over a month ago. And it is, the brand is Odyssey. There it is right there. And this is these hiking backpacks, they do pretty good. The brand Osprey sells very well. So you want to make sure. I've also sold a JanSport one like this. It went pretty good. But I think I paid $10 for this bag, and I remember I had a kind of barter at a yard sale for it. But this just sold for $50 plus shipping. Okay, so I'll put his question up here so you can see it, and so you can go ahead and pause if you want to read the whole comment and everything. But I'll read the first part because he's kind of got 2 questions. So the first question is, how many pictures do you usually take And are there differences between items? So yeah, I would say there are definitely differences between items. Let's say, for example, if I'm taking a picture of just like a nice, like a polo shirt, like a golf shirt or something like that, I might be able to get away with just taking 4 pictures, and that's all I really need. I'll have a nice close-up of the front of the shirt, and then I'll do the front of the shirt with the measurements, with my ruler and everything, so you can get the correct measurements. I'll do a picture of the size, and then maybe I might throw into, if it's a polo, I'll take a picture of the horse, or if there's some type of logo, I'll take a nice picture of that. And then I'll flip it over and take a picture of the back. And if there's no defects or anything on the shirt that I need to take a picture of, and that's it. I might take 4 or 5 pictures and that's all. But let's just say, for example, if it's kind of a unique item, like I just listed this, I got this Fender amplifier here in front of me, and it has the box and it has the carrying tote, it has the manual. So I'll take pictures of the whole Fender amplifier. I'll take pictures of the box, all sides of that, the manuals, the carrying tote. I think I had like more than 12 pictures, maybe like 15 pictures or so, something like that. But so yeah, those kind of items, I'll take extra pictures. If I'm taking pictures of like those collectible Funko Pops or any type of action figure, I always get top, bottom, back, front. I'll spin it and get every angle and everything. So I'll get a picture of all that. So I would say, yeah, it kind of depends on the item. Sometimes with like a baseball cap, maybe 5 different pictures and that's it. But it just kind of depends. So yeah, I think the more pictures, the better. I try not to do anything less than 4. I mean, I don't really think I would need to do that. But I would say 4 or 5 pictures, and then it goes up from there. Okay, over here on a tote, I sold this Lululemon coat, and this thing took forever to sell. Here it is. You can't really see it. It's in the bag here. But my wife found this at Goodwill, and I think we paid like $8 or $9 or something for it. And I thought this was going to sell for a lot more, but man, I held on to it forever. But this sold for $15 plus shipping. All right, then his next part of the question, which is also a really good question for you guys wanting to get started reselling, he said, also, do you run a free account like on eBay or a shop? And if so, like why or why not? So I run a shop, an eBay store for me, but I mean, I have over 1,100 listings. And if you're just getting started into reselling, don't feel like you have, I mean, you can go to eBay and make a free account, but you don't have to have an eBay store right away. And I would say if you're not listing more than I think the limit there for a shop is like 200 items. Like if you're only doing like listing 50 items a month, maybe even less than that, and you're just kind of finding stuff here and there to flip, you don't really need an eBay account, and it's not really worth it to you probably. But if you're going to do more higher volume and more consistent listing, kind of like what I'm doing, I list at least a minimum of 5 items a day. And sometimes it's like 7 or 8, sometimes it's just 5. But I can list as many items as I want, basically. So the benefit for me for that is, well, I can list as many items as I want, like I already mentioned. And then also I get a certain amount of discounts. So I get off the final value fee that eBay takes from me from the items that I sell. They take less from me because I already have an eBay store. They give me, once a quarter, they give me like $25 to use towards eBay shipping supplies. So that's pretty good. That's like an extra $100 a year that I get for free, basically, for shipping supplies. I get discounts whenever I use my eBay store and I purchase the labels through eBay for the USPS. They give me a discount for postage. Oh gosh, what else is there? You can use eBay's marketing tools for running your own sales and that kind of thing. You can also use eBay's tools for like looking up items. It starts with a T, and I cannot think of what it is right now. Terra something. Is it Terapeak? It might be Terapeak on eBay, where you can look up items and see what's sold and look up the market value and that kind of stuff. So there's different things that you can do when you have an eBay store that kind of helps you out. And for me, because I do a pretty good amount of volume, I almost said high volume. I guess it's high volume. I mean, I still look at myself as pretty part-time. So, I am part-time. So there's a lot of full-time sellers that just do way more volume than what I do. And so like my stuff is pretty small scale. So it is what it is. But I mean, I'm selling, you know, gosh, I haven't looked at my numbers in a while to see how many items I'm selling, but I'm doing like hundreds of items a month. And for me, it's just worth it because I'm listing a lot and I'm selling a lot. So I hope that helps, and I hope that answers your question, Martin. And like I said, you guys go ahead and shoot over to his channel, give him a subscribe also. And he's always willing to help out and answer questions too. So then on a Tote L, I sold this Jägermeister flask. I got this at a yard sale a while back. I want to say maybe even like a couple of years ago. Probably could have sold it a long time ago if I would have dropped the price sooner, but this sold for $8.15 plus shipping. Okay, one other thing that I was just going to mention too, I finally kind of got it figured out. I've got my these stickers that I ordered. They're these like kind of gold brush kind of stickers. Basically, I was going to start putting these on my packages as like another little thank you or whatever. Whenever they get their package, they see something. And like I kind of like doing the thank you cards, but it's just way cheaper for me to buy these and print them out using my thermal label printer. Because like I forgot how many I bought. Like this was like a roll of 100 or 200 or something like that, and I only spent like $13. But if you get vinyl stickers, they're like so expensive. If you get like 50 of them, it's like over $100. So, or somewhere right around there. But I went to Canva. It's an app, and you can kind of make your own design, your own free stuff. And this is nothing like, I'm still kind of working with the design, but it's just kind of a circle. And I gotta figure out to get it right in the middle of the circle here. But hopefully I'll get that. But at the top, as you can see, it says thank you, and around the edge here it says not so slim picking, and then in the middle there it just says your purchase keeps my dream alive. And I saw that somewhere, and I'm thinking, as somebody that, because this is my small business essentially, and this is ultimately what I would love to do whenever I'm retired, or I would love to do this full time. But like when people buy stuff from me, I mean, it literally, it helps me. When you're supporting any small business, you're not just supporting that small business, you're supporting, you know, that dad or that mom, like helping their kid get that jersey for their basketball team, or they're supporting them, hopefully, you know, if they got to make ends meet with their small business, you know, you're helping them pay their power bill, their water bill, their mortgage payment, or whatever. I mean, it's not just nothing like, I mean, I shop at big retail stores, I shop from Amazon, I get it. But whenever I get an opportunity to support a small business, I do. We have a lot in my town, and I try to support them. So I like giving people like a little thank you and letting them know that your purchase from me is really keeping my dream alive, because it is. So I think that's great. So I printed off like 10 or 20 of these, and I'm still going to try to work on getting that in the middle there, but I like how the way that looks. So that's pretty cool. All right, guys, so I guess that's about it. All I have for you tonight. This weekend, I'm going to have another busy weekend. I'm going out of town on a float trip with some friends and family, and I'm going to be gone pretty much all day Saturday. I'm not going to be home until Sunday. So I'll be here again tomorrow night. I don't know if I'll record anything for you guys, but I'll be back Sunday evening and pulling my weekend orders. But just figuring I'm probably not going to have another week of yard sale videos, so sorry about that. But again, I appreciate you guys coming by the channel. And once again, if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. It really does help me out. And as you saw today, if you have any questions or comments or that kind of thing, go ahead and leave them in a video, and I'll do my best to answer them. But I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week, and I hope you have a great weekend, and we will see you soon. Thanks. Bye.